Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing.
My parents,
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back. You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzig he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak. Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humor back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Rattay Mill, my uncle's mill at Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can...
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must...
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you. And for medicine. That's a good deal of coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God. I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in... And talking of you, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him...
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than...
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make.
Well, what would you need from...
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it...
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not...
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one we're...
No honourable man should touch them.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit...
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet, along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it. Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the eye, still a human body, only it's missing a soul.
That was a pretty speech, but you're still talking about a filthy...
I gave you a chance to work off your debt. Don't think you can rip otherwise. I'll make your... May the Lord watch over you.
Can you tell...
What about the Skalitz folk?
God sent them to punish us for our sins. They don't work, they just idle around begging.
What do you think about it?
I don't concern myself with the doings of my betters. But this mess isn't... I don't give a damn who's king, but that usurper from Hungary.
Do you know anything about those...
The heathen scum that Sigismund brought here. Why do you even ask? You've seen with your own 2 eyes what...
That's all.
I changed my mind.
Come to your senses, eh? You know what you have to do. Get me...
Where can I find a...
There's one right outside. Good luck to you. Try unlocking this trunk. Hold the lockpick with your right hand and use it to feel out the tumbler. Got it? Good. Now turn the whole lock with the blade, but don't stop holding the tumbler with the pick. Otherwise, you're a dab hand, Hal. Make something out of you yet. Remember, this trunk's only for practice. The real ones, you have to watch out with the pick. Try it a few more times if you like. Then good luck with the real thing.
God be with you.
What kind of governor?
He's strict but just. Thank God for him. He don't get mixed up in nothing like that Sir Radzig.
What's life like?
We got sturdy walls and 2 castles to protect us. There's not many towns have that. And we got everything we need.
How do the Ratai...
Don't even talk to me about it. I wish that rabble was gone.
Have you heard anything about...
Everywhere they go, they pillage, rape and slaughter. God be with you.
Have you eaten yet?
Yes, it was very good. Did you bake it yourself?
I did.
Who are you and where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Sir Radzig Kabila of Dvoyets.
Of course you are, lad, and I'm the Pope. What do you want from his lordship, and what makes you think he'll see you?
I may not look the part, but I know about honour and duty. And mine is to tell Sir Radzig what happened to the sword he commissioned.
All right then, go ahead. It'll be your skin if Sir Radzig isn't pleased.
Greetings.
How does life...
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms.
Did you find out what
What do I know? The lords are at each other. God bless. Look out.
Bread! Rolls and pretzels!
Jesus Christ be praised.
What's life like?
Good. Or it... May the Lord watch over you. Take care now.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Aye.
What about this?
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll...
Since it's you,
That sounds pretty interesting.
Good day to you.
Can you show me how to repair?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the...
All right. But
Maybe another time.
take care now.
Green cabbage! Get it before
God be with you. Farewell.
Can we do something about the price?
Sure, why not?
Satisfied?
That sounds pretty interesting. A little...
I knew we'd come to...
How many times was that this month?
But what am I to do? You credit it.
Where did it happen this time? My respects to you. God be with you.
Everything for the house. Garden and field. Knives, axes, rakes, hoes. Get the best right in it.
Flour, egg, salt, yeast. Let it bake.
God be with you.
You'll be able to feed the whole family with fresh bread.
What kind of
Sir Hanush is a good lord.
Rooms for your house. Rakes
How do the
and
rat...
for your field.
Well,
What else
they have
do
it
you
tough,
need?
no doubt.
Come on up and see.
Are you the brawler who takes...
What's it to you?
I'm a Skalitz refuge.
Hang on, I know who you are.
Rakes, spades,
Are there any rules?
Aye, a couple. Whoever lands on his arse or runs loses. And no knives, axes, or any of that.
All right, let's fight then. If you think...
Hold your horses, laddie. First, you have to prove you're a worthy opponent for me.
Why for silver?
Do I really have to tell you? Look at yourself.
Come on up and take a look. I've got everything you need.
God be with you.
Night, home or at work.
Garlic soup for the winter, onion soup for the spring.
that be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul, it is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Rattay. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
Look out!
Huh?
What the?
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Pirkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honoured. Pirkstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
Well, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order?
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Taunberg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Ratai. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well, believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything, Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, Father. He's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't it disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear. You're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
Look at the state you're in.
What actually happened to you in I mean, during the attack?
That's a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it now?
I'll tell you what.
All right.
What's that dog you have here?
Don't you remember him? It's Mart, the butcher's dog.
Ah, of course. When I went back, faithful dog.
When we carted you here, we took Mutt along too.
How's he doing?
A lot better now. I slipped him something good now.
He won't starve to death then. What does the miller...
He can't stand.
How's that?
Every time he sees him, he starts shouting that he's a youth.
Jesus.
And it didn't even soften his heart. He was happy to eat it.
I could have a word with him.
That would be a...
Does he obey you?
Me? He's got a mind of his own.
Ah.
No. He just hasn't learned...
How long has he been with you?
More or less since he runs off now and again. But he always... Sometimes I don't see him. I think he likes...
So he's doing quite...
Yeah. I'd keep him, but... I don't want to think about Scal. So... I thought...
Me?
I'm sure the two of you would get on. He's a handsome fella and lovable.
But we never had a dog at the smithy.
Come on.
All right.
Thanks, Henry. Go and get him then. He's sniffing around somewhere.
I'd like to know...
So?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here.
What do you think of the Lord here?
He comes from the glorious line of the Lords of Lipa. Folks say...
Who's this Sir Han?
He's actually the real Lord of Rete, and Sir Hanush is only his guardian, because Sir Hans is underage and his father is dead. Folks say he's...
How are the Scalets?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but...
Do you know anything?
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they...
That's all. Have you got a moment?
All right.
How did you get me?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon, and the soldiers escorted us all the way here.
What about the bandit?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who...
Why would Zbyszek do that? I never thought much.
He was always a nasty piece of work. Doesn't surprise me he joined them.
Tell me.
When those... Cumans, they call them. When the Cumans came, Zbyszek pushed me up.
That bastard! Where's the sword
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those...
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir...
Well, you can't.
What happened to the...
They sought refuge in Rete.
And Matthew, Fritz and...
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhoyed. Johanka is in Sasau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble...
What about Sir Rad...
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Rete. He gave his lower castle to...
How did you get...
You're wrong. If it hadn't been for you... When they came to the mill, they slaughtered everyone. After you distracted them, I fled to the mines to find my brother, but he... My brother was dead, but I owe...
And I owe mine to you. I won't trouble you anymore. Let's leave it be. What are you up to?
A walk? I'd like that very much.
If that's what you want.
It's not you, Hal. It's just...
Hey, Mutt. Remember me? From Scalix, remember? You want to go with me? Come on then. We'll get on like a house on fire. Follow me. To me. To heel, mutt. There's the good doggy. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. Heel. To me.